Greetings, greetings. Welcome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, grand rising, whatever time it is for you and from wherever over the world that you're joining. I am so excited to have you on this morning. This morning, it is now 6 a.m. Eastern. I am broadcasting on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and TikTok. Thank all of you. I'm so appreciative for the platform of StreamYard, which allows me to do that. And for this broadcast this morning, we will be speaking about releasing limiting beliefs to realize your greatest potential. Releasing limiting beliefs to realize your greatest potential. And as I was doing the research yesterday in preparation for this teaching, I found a powerful quote, and I want to share this. Oh, who am I? I am Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson, your why and soul purpose coach, consultant, and reader. I have been on this journey for a long time. I have not always been obedient, but now I'm excited to say I am out of the closet to serve you, and I am not going back. So, for those of you over on TikTok, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you will be able to take advantage of all of the broadcasts. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and visit my website to make sure you sign up for the newsletter. At 6:45 a.m., we will be doing the water therapy. Thank you. We'll be doing the water therapy at 6:45 a.m. because my intention is to get the broadcast tightened up at about 1 o'clock. 1 hour. Excuse me, it's still early here. All right? So that's the little bit of housekeeping. Please share the live wherever you are. For those of you on Facebook, please interact. Let me know who you are. Invite over on TikTok. Invite the people. Keep the interaction respectful. Keep the energy high. Tap and share. Tap and send likes and share love, and get your and take notes. Get your paper and take notes. So this morning, we will be teaching about releasing limiting beliefs to realize your greatest potential. And yes, I have notes on here because this is deep stuff. I have notes on my phone, so you will see me going back and forth from there. All right? So this is real stuff. Yesterday morning, we spoke about reprogramming our lives. And this morning, greetings from Ethiopia. Yes. So, as I was doing the research yesterday, I came upon this very powerful quote, and I want to share the quote with you. And And if at all you can write it or record it, I think this is a powerful quote as you continue to redesign the life that you want. And the quote reads, "To know that you do not know is the best. To know that you do not know is the best. To think you know when you do not know is a disease. To think that you know when you do not know is a disease. Recognizing this disease as a disease is to be free of it. Recognizing this disease as a disease is to be free of it." This quote is from Lao Tzu, Laotzu. Isn't this the truth? If we are going to be reinventing who we are, we got to come in front and accept what is as is. So this quote, when I saw it, I said, "Universe, thank you," because this is the perfect quote for today's teaching. So much so that I am going to read it again. To know that you don't know is the best. To think you know when you do not is a disease. Recognizing this disease as a disease is to be free of it. Come on now. Am I the only person who have encountered people who think that they know everything and they are not open for learning? There is nothing that you can tell them. Why? Because they think they know it all. Am I the only person? Or can you say you have met people like that as well? However, I hope that is not you. Recognize this disease so you can be free of it. So I want to go ahead and honor each and every one of you who has turned up this morning. Why? Because you realize that there is a disease and you are preparing to get rid of it. That's the only way that we can move ahead when we decide we're going to get rid of this disease. No. There's no room in my life for it. And I'm going to get rid of it. So as I go through the teaching this morning and I incorporate the research I find, I will be covering areas like personal growth, self-discovery, mindfulness awareness. Those are the areas that we'll be coming to. We are talking about releasing limiting beliefs so you can realize your true and greatest potential. Can somebody write it for the person who doesn't know what I'm talking about? She probably just joined. Releasing limiting beliefs to realize your greatest potential. That's what we're talking about this morning. Good morning. Somebody please write it for her. Somebody please write it for her. All right, moderators, do I have any moderators over there? All right. All right, so let's get this party started. So I am going to read another portion from the research that I found. Limiting beliefs aren't created from ignorance. They are created from the illusion of knowing I know for me when I am unwilling to acknowledge the truth I don't know. At any given moment, I immediately shut myself off to new knowledge. The ability to admit sincere ignorance is one of the greatest gifts of human existence. Again, taking us back to the quote I read earlier on. What are we willing to accept? Are we ready to learn something new? And that's where personal growth comes in. There are no limits to personal growth. No limits whatsoever. I have worked with people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 30s, and younger. And across the board, I can say people stop reading. I remember when I was working with a certain organization up in Connecticut, I had to go down to the library, negotiate with the librarian to have a mobile library unit visit the complex so that I could get people registered to own a library card and to start reading. People stop reading. And if you're going to consider personal growth, you got to know that reading is your master key to open every lock. Reading is the master key to open every lock. When you can't read, when you stop reading, you're blocking your personal growth. You're shutting down everything that will come to you. So reading is of vital importance. For those of you that are just joining, we are talking about releasing limiting beliefs to realize your greatest potential. And for those of you on TikTok, the reason I'm not facing that way is because I'm broadcasting on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. All right? So keep it tight over there. Keep the vibes right. And work with each other. Make friends. Often, when I hear the word ignorance, there's a bit of cringe that comes along with it. It has been warped and used as a device of separation and judgment. For as long that this reaction is only natural, we have all been conditioned to believe that ignorance is inherently bad. The truth is, the words that we use are given power by how and why we use them. Ignorance is simply mean lack of knowledge or awareness. Our ability to admit to ignorance is a unique quality of being human, and it allows us to fully realize the potential of something new to manifest. Those of you who have been around me for some time, you know that one of my biggest vulnerability is publicly saying, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Can you explain? Will you please expand? I have a pet peeve with acronyms because people pop acronyms around and they are thinking that everyone knows the meaning of these acronyms. I'm the first to say, what does that mean? Explain. Because if I don't do that, I will be going around in the lack of knowledge, in the lack of knowing. So by admitting and be responsible for the lack of knowledge, that is what will help us to lessen our limiting beliefs and help us to keep growing. Let us continue with the research. There is rebirth and renewal in the admission that you don't have all the answers without internalizing that we mean that you are fundamentally wrong. In fact, the ability to understand one's own ignorance gives the will and the drive to be excited by the prospects of what could be. It's an opportunity to refuel your deepest passion in the absence of knowing. The possibilities are endless. When we become decisive and think we know all there is to know, we lack imagination and create a limiting existence. We place those limits on ourselves, and advertently they extend into world and people around us. Again, going back to the quote, to know that you don't know is the best. To think you know when you do not is a disease. Recognizing this disease as a disease is to free of it. And this quote is by Lao Tzu. Powerful. Powerful. All we got to do is to step up and accept. No blame. No blame of any sort. Gender, race, and all of that stuff. That mess does not matter, ladies and gentlemen. It does not. We just need to step forth, be accepting of who we are, and be ready to create that change. We all have such great potential, unlimited, limitless. All we've got to do is to do the work. So, removing the veil. You may have heard of the 5 Kelishah before, which are known as the root of human sufferings. The first of the 5 is called Avida. And this is the fertile ground that each of the following Kelsa is able to grow from. The word Avedia translates to not knowing or ignorance. Vida is Sanskrit, means knowledge, wisdom, or clarity. And the prefix mean no or not. However, this is key. This is deeper than the ignorance we commonly think of. The word is also encapsulated confusing illusion as reality, suffering as bliss, and non-self to be self. In the Hinduism, when Aveda is talked about, it is includes mistakes that which is impermanent to be permanent. Zen master, which not Nhathan says, it is not importance that makes us suffer. It is not unimportance that makes us suffer. What makes us suffer is wanting things to be permanent when they are not. To rid ourselves of living from the lens of Aveda, we must first acknowledge that it is present. Awareness is often the first step of transformation. I tell you, I am so blessed I found this research. I'm so blessed. Because, hey, Nicole, I'm so blessed to have found this research. Because there is no releasing limiting beliefs to realize our greatest potential unless we can go through the personal growth, we can do the self-discovery, and the mindfulness awareness. So now, let's talk about self-discovery. Are you aware that there are many people walking? Thank you. Are you aware that there are many people walking around who have no idea about who they are? Come on. Do you guys know that? There are plenty living deads that walking and driving around this earth. They have no idea about who they are. And why don't they know who they are? Because they are not willing to do the inner work. They don't want to do the work. They will say things like, oh, I'm afraid of what I'm going to learn about me. Come on. The only way you will hit your greatest potential is by doing the inner work, personal growth and self-discovery. You got to know who you are. You got to be familiar with who you are. You got to be up close and personal and intimate with who you are. Don't wait on somebody to tell you who you are. Step up. Ask the difficult questions to the person that is looking back at you in the mirror and find out who you are. We are talking about releasing limiting beliefs to realize your greatest potential. We are all sitting on a gold mine. And the only person that is holding us back, we are holding ourselves back. Not our education, not our age, not our cultural ethnicity, not our sexual orientation. We are intentionally holding ourselves back. It's time to release the limiting beliefs. Let me continue reading the research. There are multitude of ways to step into awareness and begin removing the veil of avidya. You might consider these a couple of good practices to start with. You see why I told you to bring your notepad? You see why I'm telling you to record this? Because this is deep learning. This is deep learning. Take a moment to pause. We call that pregnant pause. As a keynote speaker, one of the practices that I often do when I'm speaking to large audiences is to do a pregnant pause. A pregnant pause is when you just stop in the middle of your presentation. The intention of a pregnant pause, or to pause with intent, is to gather back everyone's attention. So, in a moment of pause, there is an opportunity to recognize what you are experiencing. An intentional pause is a deep breath might be all that is needed to shift from assumption to curiosity. It's the lens of curiosity that keeps us open to learning and growing every experience. Those of you who are my clients know that I'm always telling you, breathe, breathe. And it doesn't matter whether you're sitting in the couch across me or we are on the phone. I know when you stop breathing. Yes, I do. Those of you who have been working with me for a while, you know I tell you, come on, breathe. Come on, breathe. Why you stop breathing? Breathe, breathe. And here this research is backing that up. Our breath is one of the most important tools we have. It doesn't cost us anything. Use it to help you to release those limiting beliefs about yourselves. The next thing is allow what is rising to rise. Resist the need to change or manipulate any experience into a different or more comfortable one. So often we try to mold an emotion or feeling into something more than palatable. This place of allowing is where we admit that we don't need to have all the answers, yet are willing to learn. It clears the way for us to gain understanding and to open up whatever shows up. How much do you hear people say, S hits the fan? Yes, if it has to hit the fan, let it hit the fan. And we deal with it. However, the reason that people are not reaching their greatest potential is that they keep suppressing stuff. They keep suppressing stuff. They do not want to invest in personal growth. They do not want to look into self-discovery. They hate themselves. They don't like their hips. They don't like their lips. They don't like the this. They don't like the other. And the list goes on. They are afraid and ashamed of self-discovery. You got to let what is rising rise. If it has to hit the fan, so what? If it splash all up, let what has to rise, rise. All right? The next part of the self-discovery is to hold space for the unknown. Hold space for the unknown. The researcher says, in Western cultures, we are exposed to be fear-based living. Lord knows it's the truth. Where we are taught to fear that which we don't understand. The invitation in this prompt is to do only create space in your life for the unknown. but to actively invite it into your daily world. Unknown does not have to be equate to wrongness or fear. Instead, it can be a vast expansion for growth and manifesting. I don't remember which day I was talking about not seeing what is different to be bad or wrong. People's food, people culture, people clothes, because we are noted for that. That which is different, we see it as bad. For those of you who are just joining, we are talking about releasing limiting beliefs to realize your greatest potential. Releasing limiting beliefs to realize your greatest potential. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This way you can get the full broadcast over there. So if you are just joining late, not to worry, you can get the full broadcast over on my YouTube channel. For those of you on TikTok, click on the Linktree video, the Linktree link, and you will be able to see all of the links there. My Facebook, my LinkedIn, my YouTube, my Cash App, everything. So you can connect over there. All right. Let's move into mindfulness awareness. Mindfulness awareness. The commitment to continue learning. Those of you who have been part of my life for a long time, you all know I did not go to high school. I did not go to traditional high school. So, majority of the academic qualifications that I have acquired, I acquired through adult learning. I was going to nursing school and taking college classes at a local high school that was put up by the University of the West Indies. I was going to evening classes at a boys' high school in Montego Bay, Cornwall College. And I continued doing those courses. And when I came to the United States, I did the GED. And I continued going to colleges at nights and on the weekend until I was blessed to learn about Ashford University. And I started doing courses online and studying online. So it is there. We got to commit to continued learning. The research says, before I truly understood the power of ridding my life from Aveda, that's the veil over our face, there was definitely some resistance. First and foremost, I was unwilling to acknowledge the depth to which this ignorance shows up in my life. Human conditioning creates shame and judgment surrounding the things we don't understand, and I fell right into that spiral. I remember only admitting I didn't know something when I was sure I'd find the answer out quickly. It took a spontaneous drive across the United States many years ago to explore a place, to exploring places I had never been before to show me the truth, expansiveness that was out there, physically seeing new landscapes and the world in a way I had never had the chance to learn intimately before, gave me the foundation to admit that I might not know all that there is. That admission this time around came without fear, judgment, or shame because there was so much joy in the exploration. When we lift the veil of Aveda and step into the power of not knowing, nothing in the world is beyond question or challenge. The simplest realization means there is possibility for a new experience to rise at a very important, very moment of every day. Looking at ignorance in this way, we understand that even the things we think we know could be proven wrong. As we gain more knowledge, there is so much excitement wrapped into the possibility that everything can be reimagined, learned, and renewed. What is gained in this commitment to continue learning? Consistently seeking new understanding, especially regarding the things we think we know, creates an open landscape out of our lives that is waiting to be discovered. Often, that realization can be quite scary. It's what keeps a lot of us stuck in our habits and pattern ways of being. In the commitment to our learning, we create the space for vast, expansive opportunity, endless possibilities, and rebirth and rediscovery of self. Isn't that amazing? Hey, great to see you. We are talking about releasing limiting beliefs to realize your greatest potential, Brandon. That's what we are talking about. And I have my notes on here. I'm sharing the research I found last night as I was preparing for this amazing research. And for those of you who came late, I am going to share this quote again. The quote for today is, "To know that you don't know is the best. To think you know when you do not is a disease. Recognizing this disease as a disease is to be free of it." And I got so excited when I found that this research and this quote, because I said, universe, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for providing this research. Thank you for giving me this quote, because my people needs it. My people need this information if they are going to step up to release limiting beliefs to go forward. These points they needed to know. So we talk about personal growth, self-development, and now this portion of the research is giving us mindfulness awareness. Above all else, stepping outside of our comfort zone and away from the fear-based living gives us permission to understand and know ourselves deeply. I said deeply. The willingness to understand our own ignorance allows us to be renewed and connected with our fullest potential. We always have a choice in the creation of who we are. If we take the time to be consistently relearning ourselves, we can reconnect to our truth very simply every day. And this research was done by, where is it? Where is the person's name? Oh boy. Oh man. Where is the researcher's name? Ah, God. I'm looking to see who did this research here. Okay. This research was done by Daniel Sanito, Daniel Sannito. Thank you. Thank you. You have allowed me to just include your work into my teaching this morning. And I'm so excited about this. I am so excited about this. Again, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get all the broadcasts there. All right? So, we are talking about releasing. Oh, we were supposed to be doing the water therapy at 6:45. Can we please do the water therapy now, 6:45? Because I'm doing my best to keep this tight. Okay, Brandon, let's do it at 7. Let me just finish the teaching and do it at 7. Because I'm doing my best to keep this tight. We'll do the water therapy at 7. Please get your waters, and we'll do the water therapy at 7. So, for those of you who are willing to step up, you're willing to rid yourselves of the limiting beliefs that has been holding you hostage all these years. I shared this research from Daniel Santino with you. I share this research, and you can say it's not just Dr. Daphne saying these things. You hear me share a valuable research with you that support these very important factors in your lives. You can create a different you. You got to be honest and said, listen, I'm willing to step up. I'm willing to begin to unlearn those things that are no longer serving my higher good. Again, take a moment to pause with intention. Take a moment to pause and say, come and listen now. Breathe during that pause. Allow what is rising to rise. If SHIT has to hit the fan, let it hit the fan. You clean up the mess, because what happened? You're going to be finding yourself in a better place. Hold space for the unknown. Listen. Back to the quote. Back to the quote. To know that you don't know is the best. To think you know when you do not is a disease. Recognizing this disease is to be free of it. Hold space for the unknown. Take every opportunity to learn something new every day. You do not need to be in an academic classroom to learn. When you allow yourself to learn, every person, everything, you go on walks, you can learn things from the plants. Everything you see on your way is a lesson in there for you. Can you put pride and shame? Can you put away pride and shame and be open to learning? I was speaking with the manager downstairs last week, and she was sharing with me that when her mother came to the United States, her mother had no formal education from her country. Yet when she was going for her interview to get her green card, she said her mother went on YouTube and her mother studied everything. And when she went there, the officer who did her interview said, "I'm so proud of you. You got all of the questions correctly. You got everything right. And English is not even your first language. You are in your 80s. I commend you. Are you willing to be open to learning and continue learning throughout your life?" We are talking about releasing limiting beliefs to realize your greatest potential. Releasing limiting beliefs to realize your greatest potential. And I tell you, I'm so excited about finding this quote. So much so that I'm going to share it again, because I want to engrave it into your hearts and your spirits, ladies and gentlemen. To know that you don't know is the best. To think you know when you do not is a disease. Recognizing that disease as a disease is to be free of it. So, only you can make the decision whether or not you want to release those limiting beliefs so you can realize your greatest potential. Are you? Are you willing to say to yourself, enough is enough? I am making the commitment to my personal growth. I am committing to my self-discovery. Yes, I might be 40, but I have no idea about who I am. Today is the 7th day of October 2021, and I am committing that today I'm going to find out who I am. I'm going to start working on my self-discovery. Are you willing to step forth and to begin to engage in mindfulness awareness, quiet time, meditation? Get to understand spiritually what you are about. I did not say religiously. I say spiritually. Because many of us, religion had held us captive all this while. And what we learned? Nothing, brimstone and fire. That's not what is going to help us to release limiting beliefs to realize our greatest potential. Are you willing to commit to yourself, personal growth, your self-discovery, your mindfulness awareness? Know the importance of taking intentional pauses in your life. Breathe. It's not a shame, it's not a crime to say, I don't know. Hold space for the unknown, meaning that there is so much out there for us to learn. Lord, I can tell you that. My friend Ramona Parker, the lady who got me on TikTok, one day we were on the phone talking and she said, Dr. Daphne, if you would sell all those books, you would be rich. I say, I am rich, but I can't afford to sell those books because that's my investment in me. In order to acquire knowledge, you got to invest in you. Yes, we like nice clothes, we like nice fingernails and hair and eyelashes and all of that. But what about a book? What about a CD? What about a course? What about a mentor, a coach, a teacher? We got to hold the space for the unknown. There is so much out there. Ask the right questions. Because not until you ask the right questions that you will get the right answers so you can move forward in what you need to do. Don't keep your mouth zipped. Only zip it when you find yourself trying to get involved in gossip. But when it comes to your personal growth, your self-discovery, and your mindfulness, ask questions. Don't be afraid of that which you do not know. Don't judge people. Don't bully people about their practices. Instead, ask them about what it is they are doing. Lesson. Please get your water. Get your water. When I get into this mode, I'm so focused. Get your water so we can do the water therapy, family. Water therapy, for those of you who are new to my platform, is when you empower your water. Let your requests be known. What are you asking for? Are you asking for healing, clarity, insight, strength? Bless your water. Meditate over your water so you empower it. Water is energy. Everything around us is energy. So put additional energy in your water by speaking positively to it. Ask what it is you want. And then we will drink together. I have been doing this ritual in my life for many years, and Lord, it has helped me. So don't take my word for it. Research and see the spiritual benefits of water. So I am publicly empowering my water by asking for spiritual clarity in my ears, in hearing all the downloads that will come to me, that they will come to me clear. My spiritual sight, that what I see will be clear. My feelings, my spiritual feelings, that what I feel will be right. Whatever else, healing of my body, if there are any disease that is lurking in my body, I ask that this water will go directly to the roots, attack it, and to rid it so that it will not affect my body. I ask that this water will enhance my entire system to a youthful state where it can heal itself when the need arises. Go ahead, bless your water. And for those of you that are participating, when you bless your water, please put ready. Good morning. Please put ready in the box, in the comments over on TikTok, and we will do it. For those of you on Facebook, bless your water, put ready in the comments, and let's drink. Alrighty, I see one ready over on TikTok. Go ahead, family, come through, come through, come through. Ready. All right, one more ready, and I'm ready to drink. Come through. One more ready. One more ready. Come on, guys. Come on, family. All right, those of you, that's all right. All right, let's go. Let's drink. Already, let's drink, family. It is done. It is finished. Know that whatever it is that you ask is done. It is completed. It is finished. It is 7:03, and my intention is to wrap my YouTube video up as close to 1 hour as I can. So again, I'm so grateful for all of you who showed up on my Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube this morning. Thank you. Thank you, StreamYard, for what you has allowed me to do. I am going to be ending on StreamYard, and I'm going to be coming over to you guys on TikTok. So hold your horses. Don't you go anywhere. I look forward to seeing your comments in the comment section on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And I hope that releasing limiting beliefs to realize your greatest potential was valuable to you this morning. It's not over. And do not allow it to be over. Commit yourself to continue learning, because you can make a difference. I am Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson, your why and soul purpose coach and consultant. I encourage you to check me out, subscribe to my YouTube channel, go to my website, daphneclark.com, subscribe to my newsletter so you can be tracking me everywhere I am. I am Googleicious, as I tell everybody. And if you cannot remember where I am, all you got to do is put your girl name in Google and she's gonna pop up on you. Again, guys, thank you so very much. I will see you tomorrow morning back right here at 6 o'clock. I think I am going to keep it tight at 6 o'clock. And oh, guess what? Tonight I come back. I'll be back tonight because Thursday nights are my regular broadcast nights. So I will see what we're talking about. So StreamYard, I'll be back tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Love you guys on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Stay blessed, and I'll see you on the next broadcast. Bye.